Okay guys, welcome back to another session, and we're back here again. So hopefully you practiced some of those skills that we were doing with our our Joe staff the other day, and that's just because of the length. Okay, it's shorter. If you've got something longer in here, again, go and get yours if you haven't already got it. Okay, so now the skills that we're doing today are slightly different from the ones that we did the other day. So you can, if you haven't done the skills that we did the other day, you don't have to rush and look at that video for yourself, okay, right now. But you could go back there and have a little look at some basic movements and strikes that we were doing, okay, so it might help you out here. But other than that, if you want to have a go at this and then go back and look at that video, that's also fine. Okay, so what's really important here is that we're going to remember that one hand up, one hand down, okay, and that's going to change depending on which way we're going. Okay, so as you can see, I have one hand up and one hand down, and this will vary, and you want to practice both ways. I'm just going to show you a kind of idea of one way. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be out in front of my body, so just here, okay. We're going to be rotating this, okay, so it's going to spin through, okay, just in front of me, okay, like a propeller, okay, so I'm just going to turn it. Now, how this works, okay, so you can see my hands stay nice and close in the middle. Now I'm going to slow this up. Now what you can see, okay, so as I'll have one hand up and one hand down, okay, and I'm going to go through a turn, and if I think about this end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a whole rotation. Now you're kind of like, there, I can't carry on, and you kind of have to release and let the energy, okay, so of your staff help you a little bit, and then you've got the other hand to catch it. So as it comes through, there's my hand, and it takes, and now my hand is here, okay, and now I can look at either end, and it would come through. I'm one way up, and as it comes through, I release it, and there's my hand, and that's back to the up. So I've got one hand up and one hand down, okay, so over the top is one half of a rotation, and I carry on, and as I carry on, take it, okay, and you see I've taken it over top, and now I'm into the comfortable position. As I come on through here, okay, in this setup, now I'm going to release. You can see, if you can see this in close, I'm going to release this in my fingers to let it go a little bit further, and that means that this end here, you can see it just gone past, it's gone that extra little bit of roll in my hand, almost like it's falling off, okay, and then there's my hand underneath, take it, and my palms up. So when my hand is here, it's going to take it over the top. Ready? Take it. So I open my hand, okay, as my hand is here, it's going to, as it falls off my hand there, as it passes my hand, you see it passes my hand, take it. All right. Now, my staff is very flexible, very soft, okay, so it's squishy, and it doesn't have a lot of weight. So this makes this, one, very safe, okay, so if I hit myself in the head, it doesn't matter. So if I make mistakes here, this is a good thing, okay. But depending on what you've got, like a broomstick, this might have a little bit more weight in it, okay, so, and this, as a result, is actually easier, and the reason for this being is it moves quicker, okay, so because there's a little bit more weight in it, okay, so as it's coming through, yeah, so as I'm working this in this idea, I'll come through and I go through from here. Now what's important is, obviously we're doing this one way, but you're going to reverse that up and do it the other way, so you'll be coming through, okay, so in that setup, and you'll be coming on an idea where you'd go both ways. Now I'm not going to go back over that, the rules are the same, you just reverse it the other way around, okay. So this is something, remember, one palm up, one palm down, okay. Holding in the middle, we're kind of like doing it should look a little bit like a propeller. My hands are in the center, okay. So just think about one end, it's doing one whole rotation, and as it comes through a certain eye, it passes, this point is passed, take it. As it comes through, there's the end, it's going to come through, my hands waiting underneath, take it, palms pointing up, hands on the top, palms pointing down, comes through, palms pointing up, okay, all right, so go away, this isn't a time thing, this is a go away and practice thing, and take that time, and you should get to a point, so let's have a little look. So I can't go much faster than about that, okay, so in the sense that I don't have the weight in my my tool to be able to build up some speed, but you could get some real speed, okay, so in here, if you're using like a broomstick, you'll hear this, you'll kind of like, it can get some real buzz in there, okay, but it'll take a little bit of practice. All right, have a go, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, well done guys. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of work, okay, so with this in one arm. And what I need you to do is you're just going to think about one end, okay, so, and we're going to draw an X, okay, so we're going to draw an X in the air, and that means, okay, so if I'm holding this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this top tip and I'm going to slice it across my body, so it's going to come down across the front, okay, yeah, and then at the bottom I'm going to have to loop that back up to the top, okay, so and then I'm going to come down across the front and then back up to the front. Now what you're going to see here is I'm going to move my body with this, okay, and this helps you, okay, so a lot. So as I'm coming across the front, as I'm striking down across the front, you can see my hip moves with this, okay, so I strike in here. Now, I'm going to change hands, okay, so because you guys might be doing this with your right hand, but you're going to need to do this with both hands, okay, yeah, so you're going to need to do this with both hands. So it doesn't matter, so you've got your tip, okay, so in a sense, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go side on, so I've come down across the front, and then what you can see is there's that tip that was at the top, and it's gone diagonally down, it's now at the bottom. Okay, it's going to do a circle up to the top, okay, so it circles up to the top, okay, and here I'm going to turn around, I haven't moved this, it's going to dive down, there's my tip down the bottom, that's the same tip, and I'm going to circle it back up to the top, okay, so hopefully you can see that. I'm making like a figure of 8 shape, okay, the only difference being is I'm doing the X part in front of myself, and the rounded ends that go on the figure of 8, okay, they actually happen next to your body, okay, so they happen here next to your body, okay, so rather than in front of, okay, so I'm not kind of like drawing this out in the air, okay, so here, like, so I'm drawing an X. What I'm doing is I want to go down, I'm going to take that down, and then this tip that was at the bottom, I'm going to keep my body in nice and tight, I'm going to lift it up, okay, and it comes straight up next to my body. So now there's the tip back at the top, okay, yeah, so if I turn back to face you guys, that dives across my body and it's now down there, okay, and that turns up to the top. So I kind of make this, okay, I'm going to make this figure of 8 position. And what I do is I just allow my body to turn, and just allowing your body to turn with this, okay, so we'll make life easier, okay, and start to try and get this into the wrist, so there's this like wrist roll in this, okay, and your body will just kind of like naturally move, okay, so, whoop, I'm hitting the ceiling, move back a little bit, okay, so try and avoid that, okay, or I might have to get down on my knees, yeah, and so I'm just rotating through here and moving out, and as you can see, what I want to do is I want to start building up some speed, okay, and then I can change hand, put it in the other side, okay, and it comes through. Now you might notice that on this side for me this isn't quite so neat. That's because I've got an old injury where this my wrist doesn't flex quite so well, okay, so on one side, so as a result I have to kind of like compensate a little bit more in the hip, okay, a little bit more focused, okay, but it doesn't matter if it's a little bit wide, okay, it won't make any difference, okay, so in the actual action. Now, whilst I'm doing this, I'm going to come through here. What I can actually do is, you see, with my thumb up there, and there's that tip, okay, so there was the tip here, it's dived down, I've raised it up, and my thumb pointing up, I could change hand there, okay, yeah, and now it's on the other side, so I can roll through here a few times. So I could do 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as I come through halfway, I'm going to turn. There's my thumb is pointing up, and that tip's gone back up. Okay, so that's the top. You see my thumb here is up, my thumb here is up. I just change hands, so just take my hand off, okay, and then carry on the other side. So now I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's my thumb up. Take it in the other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thumb up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thumb up. 1, 2. Now I'm moving my feet a little bit as well to make it more comfortable for myself. Thumb up. Okay, so I'm just coming through here. Now you get to that point where you can change every side. Thumb up, 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 thumb up. So I'm just doing half, half. Okay, and I'm just getting used to that transition way in the hands. Okay. All right. Good stuff. So this again is something you can play with, all right? So have a go, all right? So you're looking at drawing that figure of 8. The only difference being is if you imagine, okay, so there's the figure of 8 here, okay, so it's here, but then the rounded end, okay, so is folded in on itself. So it kind of like, here's the figure 8 across my body, and then I folded that in, okay, and it happens actually at the side of your body, all right? Good stuff. Practice that in both hands. Practice the thumb up change. Do it after you've done 5 or 3 or 10 on each side. Do it after you're halfway through. Just change every time. Okay? Go away, have a go, and then come back. And we'll have a look at our last thing for today, because this isn't easy. Okay, so you're going to need to spend some time with this kind of stuff. It's not something you can rush through. Okay? We'll see you on the other side. Okay guys, well done. Right, now what we're going to do is we're actually going to do some of this. Okay, so rolling here. Okay, so we're going to do some of this rolling that we've just done here, so as it is, but we're going to end up doing that on the side, so we get like an extra move. All right, now the slight difference here is your hand will be weighting. Okay, and what I mean by this is as you come across, okay, as you're coming through, my hand will be weighting at the bottom. It goes past my hand, okay. There's my hand, it will be weighting at the bottom, okay. So my hand is weighting there at the bottom. Ooh. Trying to show you. I'll just show you on this side. So, here's the tip. I've done a dive, I come down and it comes back up. And on that side, I'm gonna start doing the circle. Okay, but I was going to, and it dives down. As it drops off, that kind of like hand, so it drops off that hand there, and it passes my hand, it's gonna roll into my hand. And now, oh whoa, I'm back into the thumb up position. Okay, so if I move across here, all right, so this hand literally just comes across, it just waits as this goes across my body. Okay, so it's going to go across my body, so it goes in front of my arm. You see, this hand is just waiting from there, goes across, okay. As it comes through, that's where the thumb up grab was, but my hand's down here, and it's waiting, it just waits there. As my hand comes through, now you can see my palm is flat, And then remember, okay, so I just let it fall off. Okay, so it's just falling off. And at that point, my hand comes in underneath and takes it and picks it up, so my thumb's now pointing up. And so I'm getting that roll that we had going on in front of ourselves. Okay, so that roll here where my hand, here, that move there where it falls off, whoosh. Okay, let's get to it again. Here it comes, that move there, there's my hand, it falls off, comes into my hand, but I'm getting that, okay, in this motion here. It comes round, it's gonna fall off, goes into my hand, okay? Comes around here, it's gonna fall off, goes into my hand. Comes around here, it's gonna fall off, go into my hand. It's gonna fall off your palm and lands in the other hand. Boom. Okay, there it is. Okay, watching carefully. So, that's the move. All right, so thumb, here's the tip one last time, okay? So doing that motion that we just did, okay, so it dives across the front and it comes back up. Now, instead of coming back across the front, okay, so it come here, it goes straight down. So on that side across my body, it goes straight down. And of course there, at that point, okay, so if you think about it like here, where I was at the front, it's gonna fall off. It's gonna fall off and you're gonna have your hand there waiting to catch it and pick it up. The only thing being is, okay, it's gonna be falling off on the side. Okay, so on that side, then transitions across. It's gonna fall off, there's the falling off, into my hand. Okay, and again with this, okay, so you'll be able to build up and get a bit of speed going in. Okay, you're going to hopefully manage a little bit more speed than me because you'll have something with a little bit more weight in it. Okay, but as you can see, okay, so I've hit the roof a couple of times, you know, and this is quite good for just getting the technique. Okay, so just coming around, falls off, there it is into my hand, cross my body, hit the roof, comes across, there's my palm waiting, it's gonna fall off my hand and it just fell into the other one, okay? Yeah, and you can see I just stay focused and I'm moving my body to make this simple, okay? All right, good stuff. Okay, so that's all that we're gonna do for today on this. Now, you go back and watch the other video, okay, so where we're in here, and what you might find that you're able to do, okay, so in this instance, is link in some of the kind of moves that we already had. With this single hand changing, yeah? So that you can get into some of this kind of like these patterns, just play with the stuff. This isn't about, okay, going technique, okay, so as it is, it's about adding one little thing and then putting it with the other motions, okay, so there you are, doing your striking, hitting, okay, doing those diagonal strikes that we had, okay, so in the setup, diagonal strikes, boom, and then you know what, you kind of go, oh way, if I just rolled it around here and came into this, and then brought it into that strike here, roll it over the top, I can start to combine moves together, which are going to really get you moving this around, and it's quite fun, something just to play with, really give you some good time. Okay, so first of all, so go away, have some fun, and we will come back and we will be doing some more kickboxing in the next session, but do keep practicing this kind of stuff because it's just something slightly different. And today's a beautiful day, so maybe you get outside in the sun in your garden. All right, have a good weekend, guys, and we'll see you really soon.